Welcome to Noosa Museum Historical Video Series, where we unearth some hidden gems from our region's colorful past. There were times during our early days when it seemed we were being overrun by fugitives from justice. Hardly surprising when the lives of so many unfortunates were shaped by the malign presence of the Moreton Bay penal settlement, but there was another, unexpected place of origin for escapees who caused mischief in our region. More on this shortly, but first a glimpse into events involving our First Nations people. For the original inhabitants of our region, early European contacts were sometimes with escapees from the Moreton Bay penal settlement. A few of these convicts found shelter with the local people, who afforded them an honorary status and a tribal name. Others undoubtedly perished whilst fleeing, having chosen to take their chances in the unknown, rather than suffer the brutality of Moreton Bay. One of the escapees, James Davis, became well known to the people across a wide region, under the name Durham Boy. He is said to have posed as the returned ghost of various deceased persons, which was allegedly a reason he was given sanctuary. Davis earned fame across the colony after he was found by the pioneer settler and explorer Andrew Petrie, and a newspaper reporter picked up the story. Some escapees became famous for another reason: the Stirling Castle shipwreck on the Great Barrier Reef in 1836. Rumours had reached Brisbane that survivors may have landed on Gari, also known at the time as Great Sandy Island, later as Fraser Island. One of the castaways was the captain's wife, Eliza Fraser, who probably owed her survival in the wild to the mercy of the Butchulla people. The convict John Graham, who had also been adopted by local people, was recruited in a search and rescue mission, due to his local knowledge. Graham located Mrs. Fraser near Lake Cootharaba, possibly aided by another adopted escapee, David Bracefell, sometimes referred to as Bracewell or Bracefield. Bracefell Head was an early name given to the place where Andrew Petrie had first encountered Bracefell. It was later renamed Noosa Head. Towards the end of the 19th century, our region once again witnessed incursions by escaped convicts, this time from an unexpected quarter, the French penal colony at Isle of Pines, in the Pacific. From 1883 the French government sent habitual criminals in large numbers to New Caledonia, and inevitably there were escapes. With little hope of retaining their freedom on the tiny Isle of Pines, many took to the sea. Despite the distance, and the hazards of a sea crossing, Australia became a destination for some. In theory, you only had to head west and you'd probably hit the Australian coast. As it happened, the Noosa North Shore and Fraser Coast are the nearest stretch of mainland to the Isle of Pines, and the winds and currents often sent the desperados our way. Arriving blackened, blistered and emaciated, most were rounded up and sent back to New Caledonia and the punishment that surely awaited them. If you haven't already discovered the museum's YouTube channel, where there's a whole lot more videos, our website has a link to it. You can find out more at noosamuseum.org, or on the Facebook page, Noosa Shire Museum.